What is up everyone, and welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video we're going to be discussing what RSX is the right RSX for you. Do you need to buy the Type S, or is a base model sufficient? Starting off with the Type S trim. The Type S is the more sporty trim of the RSX behind the DC5 Type R, but we didn't get that one here in the States. The Type S comes in a 6-speed manual transmission with a K20 engine that comes with 200 or 210 horsepower depending on what RSX you get. It does come with other things that are different, but this is the biggest difference from the base. So if you're buying an RSX and want a solid platform to start, the Type S is a good option for you. The Type S does come with other differences like a Bose sound system, matching painted lip, side skirts, and front strut bar, and a slightly bigger exhaust and bigger brakes, but overall the Type S is very similar to the base model. The base RSX comes in a 5-speed or an automatic transmission with a K20 engine as well, but this one comes with 160 horsepower. It is the more affordable option if you can get into the RSX platform and not pay the Type S markup. You can find the base model RSX fairly cheap still. I purchased this one for $2,500 last year. I did have to do some things to it, but overall $2,500 for an RSX is way less. If I wanted to buy a Type S, I would have paid double, if not triple, and it would probably be in the same condition as my base model RSX is. Now, to answer the question, what RSX is the right RSX for you? To answer that, you need to know what you're buying the car for. If you're buying a base RSX because you want to do a more serious race car build, then I would say get the base model. And I know what you're saying, why wouldn't I buy a Type S if it's the more sportier trim if I want to build a car? And that is because you can build a base RSX that is a lot faster than a Type S trim, because you can build a faster base RSX for a lot less money than you would pay just for a Type S trim. You can swap a K24 and a 6-speed, or you can use the 5-speed that comes in the base model, and you would have a way faster RSX than a Type S trim. And even if you pay for an engine swap, transmission, you would still probably be under what a Type S would cost just to start. And I also think most people can't even tell the difference between a base or a Type S trim. If you're buying an RSX and just want to do bolt-ons and leave it at that, I would say get the Type S trim. A Type S is a very nice car with just bolt-ons. You can have fun with it, and the car will hold its value throughout time. Yeah, you may pay for it a lot now, but when you decide to sell it, it'll still hold its value. Everybody down the line will want a Type S, not a base model. That is a fact. So if you have a base model, you're probably not going to be able to get that much money back as if you buy a Type S. But either way you go, I think if you get a base model or if you get the Type S, they're both good platforms. They're both basically the same identical car, just a different engine. If you swap the engine, then it doesn't really matter what RSX you have, because both engines are reliable and both cars are cheap to own, and you will enjoy them throughout your time owning them. Because the differences between the Type S and the base model trim are all mostly performance-based differences. If you're buying a car just because you need a shell, just because you plan on abusing it, maybe taking it to the track every weekend, I would say please don't destroy the Type S. There's not that many around, and we're trying to keep them around. So get a base model, beat on it, cut the frame if you need to cut it, but don't ruin a Type S. You can build a base model RSX for a lot less than what you would pay for a Type S. If you're building a race car, just save the money, buy a base model. If you're buying a Type S because money isn't an issue, more power to you. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, doesn't really make any differences. Now, in my opinion, I think both cars are equally great. I enjoy driving both equally. The base model makes it great daily. My Type S makes a great track car. And they're both very different to drive. They're both great cars, and I do not regret owning either one, and I plan on owning both for some time. To wrap it up, I don't think you need a Type S if you want to get into the RSX platform. I think you'll be very happy if you just buy a base model. Either way you go, if you plan on building it, you'll save money. If you get a Type S, it'll still be the same car. You'll just probably not even have to swap out the engine for a while. Yeah, you might pay a lot more initially for the Type S, but as I mentioned, I believe you'll hold its value, and in the long run, you'll get your money back. You'll just own a Type S. If you can get over the initial cost of the Type S, I would say jump on the Type S. They're not going to be around. They're going to be a lot more expensive as time comes. As you guys know, this car was only made for 4 years, and it's already 20-year-old cars. So there's not that many on the road left, and the ones that are, they're in rough condition. So if you can find yourself a clean one, I would say get it and keep it. I hope this helps you with your decision on what RSX you get. Let me know if you do jump into the RSX platform and what RSX you decided to go with. Let me know in the comments, what did you end up buying, and if you're happy with what you bought. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.